Aw, yes. Let's get this guide started. After logging in and completing a brief introduction sequence, you will be sent to your character's starter town. There are two starter towns, Ironwood Village and the one currently shown, Manor Ridge. Once you arrive at your respective starter town, look for an NPC with a yellow question mark floating above their head. If you're having trouble finding it, you can refer to the quest marker. This will actively point you in the direction of any quest's current objective, as long as you have it registered in the quest marker. Yellow marks above an NPC indicate that the quest is related to the main storyline, while blue marks indicate side quests. Green marks indicate daily quests, but we'll return to those later. If you ever see an exclamation point above an NPC, it means they have a quest available. Talk to them in order to accept the task. Be sure to collect all the quests you can along the way, as they'll often reward you with experience to help you level up. The Hero Academy is an automatically generated guild that all new players are placed in when starting out. If you're new to the game, it's in your best interest to stick around for a while, but if you're experienced or trying to level up faster, you're better off leaving as soon as possible and joining a player-made guild. Once you leave the Hero Academy, navigate to the Guild tab in the social window. Here you can search and apply from a list of all the player-made guilds on the server who are currently recruiting. Upon being accepted to a guild, you will receive a few things to speed up the leveling process. These include a title which boosts your character's stats, making it easier to take on the game's early dungeons. You will also receive a 50% experience scroll, and it doesn't end there. If the guild you join is of a high level, you will have access to a variety of bonuses and the Pledge Set. The Pledge Set is a 7-piece costume you can purchase with in-game gold, and depending on how many pieces you wear, the higher the experience boost you'll receive. For newer players, this costume may be a bit pricey, but as you progress you should eventually be able to afford it. Once you've picked up the main storyline quest and any potential side quests in town, you're ready to take on your first dungeon. Leave town through the portal located in the area and follow the quest marker to begin your adventure. Located in dungeon hubs just outside of towns are portals that will transport you to various dungeons. Before you enter a dungeon, you can set the difficulty. The higher the difficulty, the more experience you'll receive. Depending on your character's damage, the overall experience gain may actually be slower on a higher difficulty due to the extra time it takes to complete. Just be sure you can clear the difficulty you choose in a decent time frame. And don't forget to allocate your skill points as you level up to strengthen your skills. Once you reach level 9, the main storyline quest will lead you to Carderock Pass. This town houses an abundance of new quests for you to stock up on, and a special area called the Daredevil Fair. The Daredevil Fair offers many challenges, some of which reward you with experience. For instance, Galbarta, which is currently being shown, has you fighting off a continuous onslaught of goblins, all of which giving more experience than any typical monster. If you want a change of scenes from typical dungeons and questing, this is a great alternative. When you reach level 10, you will have access to the Mentor system. This is a system that partners lower level players with experienced higher level players who voluntarily will act as a guide and show you the ropes. If you don't already have a mentor, you can find one by navigating to the Mentor tab in the social window. Here you can request a mentor from a list of all the players who currently are taking on pupils. You can have a total of up to 3 mentors, and running dungeons with them in a party will provide you with a 10% experience boost per mentor present. The more you party with them, the more fondness you will accumulate, and raising your fondness will ultimately result in a higher experience boost. At level 15, you can choose your job specialization. To do this, you must complete a series of quests which are usually given by your character's respective trainer NPC. Upon completion, you can choose one of the 2 specializations for your class, which will give you access to a brand new set of skills to help you level. Reaching level 16 will unlock more dungeons, but one in particular is optimal for leveling quickly. Astro Coven Laboratory, often abbreviated ACL, is one of the shortest dungeons in the game. From this point on up until you reach level 24, it's best to find a party or have your mentor run with you through this dungeon while completing commissions. Commission boards are located in towns and just outside of nearly every dungeon portal in a dungeon hub. You can think of them as side quest giving NPCs, but the quests they give are exclusive to the dungeons they're posted by. Some commissions are also repeatable. These usually require the master difficulty to be selected, but they will provide you with an endless supply of additional experience. Once you reach level 24, you'll be able to travel to Saint's Haven by talking to Arnon. When arriving, you can pick up your quests and head out to complete all the new dungeons you've unlocked. However, similar to the leveling method used from 16 to 24 at ACL, the quickest way to level is to run the fastest dungeon you can complete while doing commissions. This is actually the case for almost all levels leading up to the current level cap of 60. Level 24 also unlocks the first nest in the game, Minotaur Nest. Nests are the most difficult dungeons to clear for the respective level cap they're released in. Although you do gain experience when running a nest, they're a more viable source for gear to strengthen your character than an actual place to level. All nests can be accessed by entering the Garden of Eternity Nexus through the portal located in Saint's Haven. For levels 24 through 32, the dungeon you'll want to focus on is Black Sovereign Domain, also known as BSD. From here on out, it's recommended you find a party or run with your mentor to optimize your dungeon clear time. At level 32, you'll unlock yet another set of new dungeons, at which one of them, by the name of Desolation Point, becomes the most effective dungeon for leveling until you reach level 40. Remember, this is simply the quickest way to level. If you'd rather follow the storyline and continue doing quests, your leveling speed will be just fine. Level 32 also offers a couple new modes in the Daredevil Fair, Galbergia and Crag's Counterattack. Just like Galbarta, these challenges will provide you with great experience gain alternatives from the usual dungeons and questing. You will be able to enter these two new areas of the Daredevil Fair up until level 50. In addition to learning some new skills, the journey from level 32 to 40 will unlock the Cerberus, Apocalypse, and Manticore nests, as well as the game's first raid, Sea Dragon Nest. Dragon nests require a lot more skill and coordination than the other nests, and as a result, you can form a party of up to 8 players as opposed to the typical 4 in an effort to conquer them. Just like regular nests, these are a good source for new equipment, but they still aren't an ideal place to level. If this isn't your first character, you may be eligible for an additional experience boost at level 40. If the total number of levels the characters on your account have reached are at least 125, you'll be able to use the Dungeon Experience Boost Unified skill. This passive skill will increase monster kill and dungeon clear experience by 5% as long as you have it equipped. You can equip this skill by placing it in one of the available slots in the Unified Skill tab. Once you reach level 40, it's time to pack your bags and head to the next town, Lotus Marsh. Remember those daily quests from earlier? Now you can finally take them on. Daily quests, as the name implies, are quests specific NPCs will offer you on a daily basis. They typically offer large amounts of experience, so completing them is a great way to speed up leveling. You can claim the level 40 daily quests from Kiwi in Lotus Marsh. Apart from running the dungeons associated with daily quests, you'll mainly want to complete the Ruined Village dungeon while completing commissions for levels 40 through 50. At level 45, however, you'll be eligible for your second job specialization. Similar to your first specialization, this is just a series of quests that upon completion will give you access to new skills, and is usually started by your character's respective trainer NPC in Lotus Marsh. Reaching level 50 will unlock the Archbishop and Titan nests, as well as the Green Dragon nest. You will also gain access to 2 new sets of daily quests. One set will be given to you by Alyssa in the Liverwort Marina Dungeon Hub, and the other set will be given to you by Laufey in Saint's Haven. At this level, you also graduate from pupil to alumni, and you will no longer be able to receive an experience boost from dungeoning with your mentor. Head back to Saint's Haven once you hit level 50, as most of the quests from 50 to 60 are given there. Unlike the majority of the levels up to this point where only running one dungeon is the quickest way to level, there are actually 2 ideal ways of tackling the final stretch to 60. You can continuously run the new dungeon you've unlocked, Crash Site Perimeter, while, you guessed it, completing commissions, but since there are so many quests from 50 to 60, it's actually on par, if not better, to just collect all the available quests pertaining to the new level 50 dungeons, complete all 5 of them, return to town, and then do it all over again. Constantly returning to town, you'll eventually notice that at level 56, Laufey will offer you yet another set of dailies better than the first. Be sure to pick these up, and a few levels later, you'll be able to take on everything that 60 Cap has to offer.